Welcome back to Valkyrie 660, and in this episode we find something very wrong with the rear suspension of this car. See that spring? Damn it. Okay, got a better shot of the issue. See that spring? It's supposed to look like that a little bit because the suspension is at full droop now. But not like that. That is too much. So the rear end is too far backwards in the car. It needs to go back forwards. Okay, I got all the jam nuts loose. See there. See right there. Got those loose, backed off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the pinion angle as it sits before I start turning things, so that way I can put it back to where it is. So I'm going to zero this thing out with it sitting on the ground. There, to zero. Measure the pinion angle, or measure off the pinion angle off the housing right here. 7.7. Let me readjust. 7.7. Let me go to the front. 7.6, 7.7, whatever. So it looks like we need to go to 7.7, 7.8, whatever. Yep. 7.7, that's what we need to go back to after we've made all of our adjustments. And as long as we make the exact amount of turns on both sides, the rear end will still be perpendicular, nothing will have to be adjusted. I've gone 2 turns shorter on both bars. There's the mark right there. It's back to facing outboard. Alright, there we are. Back to 7.7, 7.8, whatever, 7.7. So let's jack it up and see if those springs are still weird. We got our pinion angle back set after adjusting the control arms all the way in. That's as far as they'll go. And let's look at those springs. Okay, it's not 100%, but they are way more centered in their pockets. You know, I was looking at something else as well. You see that right there, that clean spot? That's where my bump stop, well, I have them chopped down. That's where my bump stops were hitting. You can see it's not in the center of that thing. It hasn't been hitting in the center of that thing for a while. So yeah, I don't really know what kind of effect this is going to have. If it's going to be better, I can only assume that it would be better. So I got the suspension loaded right now, just barely off those jack stands. A while back, I put in those spring adjusters below the spring, so that way I could lift the car up and, you know, get the appropriate ride height that I want instead of just relying on the spring length itself. But as it turns out, that's at its lowest setting, and the car looks like an absolute monster truck in the back. I'll insert a picture here.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the f*** is that?
So I got a couple other sets of springs over there. I'm gonna see if I can't put something else in there and take that out, or leave it in with a shorter spring. I got the shocks off right now, so I'm gonna get those springs out of there. Damn it. All right. Got this thing lowered back down. Sits pretty good. I think it actually sits a little higher than it did previously because of those springs were all wound up, bent over to the side and stuff. Might take it out for a little drive. See what the instant center kind of does. Whenever you lower a vehicle, the bar angles change. Even though I lowered it, I kept it at its most extreme instant center point. So, pretty sure it's still going to have a decent anti-squat percentage. But, that's what testing's for. Man, it looks good. I want to test to see what the anti-squat looks like whenever it goes to launch. Maybe by me lowering the rear of the car, the anti-squat percentage has gone down so much that it's not providing the pressure on the tire like I need. So let's see what it looks like if I loosen all the shocks and I just sit here and kind of pump the gas. So pretty much what I was doing there is I was holding the parking brake and the service brakes and kind of goosing it a little bit to try and get the rear end to separate. And I wanted to see by how much if I loosened all the shocks. And it might have looked a little weird, but if you leave the brakes engaged, it kind of binds up the suspension and makes it stay kind of separated like that, so you can see easily how much it's separating, how much it could separate. And just like I thought, the separation is a lot less than what it was at its previous ride height, but it's still there. So on that last run, it hit the limiter for a little bit. It was spinning, but it was still moving out. So I just kind of continued in first gear for a little bit and then shifted to second. It got control of the tire and then eventually finished out the rest of the run. I didn't have a draggy. With all the suspension changes, I just wanted to make sure that everything was still okay and my shocks were still going to be set about where they should be, and they needed a little bit of adjustment. But that's all I have for this video. The next video should be a race. There's a no prep front side at Tulsa. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. And I'll be going to that. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.